Welcome back for another Chaos Zero Nightmare video, and today I want to talk about the hardest content that we had access to during the limited playtest. But before we dive into that, I want to give a quick shout out in case you missed it. October 22nd is the official go live date for this game, so of course we will be streaming it as soon as it goes live. Definitely going to take the time off work and just really dive in for everything this game has to offer, because honestly I'm hooked. This is something I can easily see myself putting hundreds of hours into just because of how good the content is, and I'm really hoping it holds up at the end game. And if it does, again, hundreds, if not thousands of hours easily that I'll be putting into this. Now, I do want to talk about the run that we're going to showcase here the rest of this video, because I was recording this while I was traveling, so unfortunately, hotel audio is going to play a role here. But also, as you go through, and if you were to watch the full thing, there's a couple notices that I called out, but just text that. There's a couple UI bugs, there's a couple things that maybe the boss didn't attack in the right order, so do keep in mind this is all during the limited playtest, and we do know that it was on an older build, so we can expect that for the full launch of the game, there is going to be some improvements, and well, hopefully some of those bugs won't be playing a role. But I thought overall this is a pretty good showcase of one of the core mechanics that you're going to have to invest your time into if you are looking to play Chaos Zero Nightmare. So that is where I want to add a little bit of a disclaimer kind of up front here, right? This is a game that, while yes, it is a gacha at the core of it, right? There are still limited characters and what have you. This is a game that's going to take up a significant amount of your time. This is not just a do your dailies, spend 20 minutes, and then go on about the rest of your day and go play all your other gachas, right? This is something that is going to require a bit more of your time and a bit more investment. So do keep that in mind as you're approaching this. This is not something that you just add into another backlog of the dozen of other gachas that you play. But if you are looking for something that's a little bit deeper as a game, and again, more like the Slay the Spire experience, then I think you're going to have a great time. However, I just want to stress this point up front, because I do see a lot of the divide on both sides of I want a gacha game that has full auto everything, I don't have to spend a lot of time into it, versus the other half that people are just really excited that finally we get a gacha game that doesn't feel like just some hopeless cash grab and just very top level junk that we can throw away after a month of getting bored with the free pulls and what have you, right? There is a lot of meat in here, assuming, again, the end game does come around it. So with that out of the way, again, please enjoy this run of difficulty 3 of the deep trauma mode, which again is the hardest part that you'll want to dig into with Chaos Zero Nightmare, and most likely will be the core experience for maxing out that save data, which if you've been following the game so far, you know how important that is. So with that out of the way, let's dive into the run.
All right, so this is going to be our run of Deep Trauma on difficulty 3, City of Mist, currently the hardest content that is available to us. Of course, I'm sure by the time the game launches and we're level 60 and all that, this will be like a joke, but at least at the time of this recording, this is the most challenging content that we can dive into. So I am going with Veronica here because she is just the one that I pulled as my first 5-star, so going to continue to use her. Miwa, by now you know that she is probably the best character in the game. That is not a joke. She just is the backbone of every single team comp in the game. And then my boy Cassius at the very end. And look, he just does a lot. There probably could be Nia here or some other support, but trust me when I say if you know how to min-max Cassius, he really goes the distance. And also with the fact of having to deal with like the breakdown states, his extra draw stuff by doing the full house can help us get out of those states even quicker. So as a reminder, as you go into deep trauma mode, you're going to have all of these various effects. You will have the increased epiphany chance, which is honestly like the biggest payoff for it of making your characters stronger or their same data stronger. But this is truly a challenge. So we're going to dive in. Again, I'm probably going to cut this out to some highlights as we're going through it, but we are just going to go through and hope for the best. Again, my friend messaged me right before this that he failed right at the final boss after a very long and intensive run. So each character is going to have different stress conditions. So Veronica, if your health is lower at the start of the battle, stress increases by 1. Mika increased stress by 4, removing characters' cards from the deck, so you don't want to ever reduce her deck size. And then Cassius increased stress by 4 when giving equipment. So again, we don't want to build up into that stress meter too much, so we have to be mindful of those as we're going through. As we start our run, we're of course going to get 3 different options here, and none of these honestly are really great. The Anivia card is a drawback. It does give us a legendary equipment off the bat, which can be nice, but giving a good card can be kind of rough. We do have Cassius to draw through it, but you know, we always love the R&B, so we'll try to see if we can get a decent legendary from this. So Zero plus attack cards is interesting. Cassius does loop a lot of them with his various attacks, but again, we just said we're going to get the stress level for equipment, but it is attack 45. It is a double star rating now, as you can see, because we're in a higher difficulty. We're fighting better equipment. So unfortunately, I think I'm just going to take some stress early on and see if his quest cards can improve. So we are going to make this a full challenge. We're going to look at the overall map here. We're going to try to find the elite bosses that we can, which looks like it's going to be the top and then bottom track for us. So we are just going to dive in and get going. So again, Veronica being really good at her end of turn ballista damage is what we're going to be looking for. We do have her starting card here that creates a ballista every turn for us, which is really nice. And because we have her upgraded node, we do get the 20% chance to create a ballista card, which can be really important as we're going through this. So play out some of our extra skill cards here, get some extra shields and healing. Again, Monofield doesn't really do anything for us here in this case. So we are just going to use a card because their actions are going to increase here. And no matter what, they're going to attack us at the end of the turn all the same. Next turn, we did find the quest card for Cassius, so we'll use that. See what kind of quest we get. We get the 000. Unfortunately, this hand is not set up for that just yet, but we are able to... Oh, there we go. We got a custom ballista. So at end of the turn, 138% extra attack to all enemies. So very nice AoE effect. One thing I do hope that they improve is there's no way to see exactly how much damage that this is doing today. So I will just split my damage here and hope that my double ballista is going to do enough. And just end our turn with Veronica, hopefully clearing things up. Okay. Well, the crit did save us. We were able to get that clear, and then we just have the last unit here at the very end. Again, keeping in mind that the early stages are going to be quite easy, very quick to clear, and then we do get the ballista here at the end. Just for the sake of playing it safe, we're actually going to go to the campsite early because we did get the debuff here, so we are going to clear up a little bit of our stress, -5 for both. And then go into our random event here, which again, these can be good things, they can be bad things. See what we get. Robot. 3 random public rare cards, which not all that exciting. And then at the start of battle morale, okay, well, we're just going to clearly take the equipment. That gives us more damage. And we're going to keep our Veronica free, so we'll just put that on Mila for now. Again, it will activate at the start of battle. So that is fine for us. So we're going to go up to the top here and try to go fight that elite boss and hopefully get some good rewards. So nice. We finally have our epiphany. So we have one for Mika, one for Veronica. It'll give us the option of the 2 cards. Tactical analysis is just so important. Wave 2 is a ability. It's her signature skill that once you get wave 3, you get a free action point, and save 1 means you save 1 action point between turns. Really fun opener here, though, with the double rapid fire. Move. So Repose is really great with Cassius because it does give us the option to find more of his cards to complete quests with, and then in theory cycle more of our deck while also just, giving shields. But Kowalski with the reload 1 just increases our damage, and it's a draw effect. So we're actually going to take the Sir Kowalski here and let that be our pick. And of course, when you get it for the turn, it goes down to a 0 cost. So we'll just go ahead and fire that off, see what we get. And here, counter up here for reload, we'll go up to 1. We're going to use double ballista here, see if we can RNG into something. We did, so we got the 208% piercing damage, and... Okay, only the 1 for us, so we'll use our save 1. Use the card. Oh, I thought we were... Oh, sorry, I was 1 wave short there, so we could have saved 1, but instead we're just going to go for the double ballista damage here. Not enough to clear him out, but something that we will get on the following turn. And keep in mind here, we want to heal because we know that he is going to die at the end of this turn, and we also have an epiphany for Cassius, so we'll use that. Definitely want to get Devil Dice. It's super important for him for getting just extra card draw. We can make it free later. Love this card. Oops, as I just mentioned, we do want to try to spend a little bit of time healing as we can, right? Heal up to full so we don't get the stress this turn, or for this round, I could say. Devil Dice is free, going to deal some damage and draw us an additional card. And it is a wild card, but the Ballista from Veronica will clean things up. So again, as I mentioned, we are going to go into the elite. Oh, it looks like there was an elite after this camp, so it would have been safer to go to the bottom round just to reduce our stress level. Keep in mind, something I see a lot of people skipping over is anytime you come up to a boss, make sure you understand what their mechanic is and to play around it accordingly. Of course, there is different difficulty ratings for the bosses as well. So when using a non-attack card, gain 1 rage. If rage reaches 4 or more, immediately is a powerful attack. So unfortunately, we are a skill-heavy style of play. So this guy is a pretty good counter to what we want to be doing. And then, spoiler, we're just getting more skill cards here, but we have to use Fiery Preparation because that is what our entire character is built around. We'll use the Ballista. We are very weak. Lucky that it's weak to Passion here. So we are able to use Veronica in a hopefully very skillful way. We are going to, if we use this, we are just going to take the damage. But I want to try to get one more attack in, or try to get the shield blowing us up to 59, which is not a ton. You know, I was thinking about using it for the attack, so we're just going to stick to being offensive here. And the 150 from the Ballista, clearing things up, being very nice. So again, try to be mindful of what we're playing. I do want the save 1, which can be really important. We're just going to use the 2 action attack here, just try and maximize our damage. Again, being mindful of how many counters he has. We do have 1 extra point left, so we will just heal up and go to our next turn. Again, trying to heal to manage that stress level that Cassius currently has as well. So here we see the double rapid fire. Again, he's weak to this, so this is definitely where we want to start our turn. We did get a giant Ballista, which is really great. Devil Dice hopefully draws into another option. Well, yeah, Divya is not going to do it for us, but we did get the quest, but he's pretty low, so we probably don't actually need to use this, but I want to use it for the sake of the video. We did get full house, which is really important because it's the draw too, so I don't want to build his gauge here, so we are just going to pass, leave him at 3, because again, we are going to take a strong attack on the following turn. Basically, no matter what, like, we just have to eat some damage here. We can give ourselves a little bit of a shield, try to draw some more answers. And it looks like we did not actually get any of the... Oh, let's see, another enhanced card here. So we are a little bit limited in our attacks. But again, it just looks like we have a little bit of healing that we can rely on. Try to never let Cassius enter his Mind Break state. And just hope this 48, so just shy of getting the clear here. So unfortunately, he's going to go into his break state. He's going to hit Trance. And this is the issue with some of the cards you'll get. So we want to try to clear this. Unfortunately, we don't have to like really draw out and get all the cards here that we wanted to see. But we will just use the Ballista here and finish things off. 1 damage reduction is nice. We're just going to throw that on Miwa because, again, we don't want to... I guess we could put on Cassius here because he already is in the break state. He can't get any more stress. But, okay, lead battle. Nothing that we really liked, unfortunately. But we'll see what we have here. The Epiphany could be good. Or we can just get an Epiphany without having to reroll. So, actually, we're just going to take the guaranteed Epiphany and just throw that on Veronica because, again, she's going to be our main damage dealer here. And we need her to get some stuff. So again, Cassius is still in that state. It does count the amount of breakdowns that you're hitting, but we are going to go through and just try to see if we can find a couple more of those pieces and clear through this turn. Nope, but it looks like they're all going to be getting some pretty big shields. We have the save, so we are just going to use this last one here to save the action point. So 1 more card to go, it looks like, but we are going to get a couple extra Epiphanies here, see what we can find, and see what kind of sick upgrades we can get. Ready Bombardment is a really great one, so it increases your max stack. We get our animation, and this is actually my first time seeing that. That is great. So it's good to know that all of them get animations for their epic skill, and this one is going to give us some options. So reduce cost of them by 1, gain resolve, or draw 3 cards instead. So I really like the cost reduction because we want to draw into multiple things. So we are going to take the reduction here. And that is going to line us up perfectly for Cassius to come back into battle. Again, main challenge here is that we do actually want to heal up. So I think we are going to use one of our ego. We are at 7 points. Decreasing that stress even more. And so we don't have a quest active. We could just heal up a little bit in this case. Again, decrease our stress level and just give ourselves a little bit more shield. Oh, 13 off, so just slightly under where we needed to be. Another equipment for attacking would be really nice to get. So we did get a double ballista trigger here, giving us some more options. We do want to knock this out before he's going to attack us, and then nothing else we can... Or I guess we still have the water barrier. They're going to get end of turn anyway, so there's a free option here for us to hopefully let one of these ballistas attack and knock him out. Or actually it's enough damage, and killing the other one here too is totally fine. So hoping for a heal here at the end, because we know no matter what, we're going to knock this out. And unfortunately, we just do not see the right healing card at the right time. A good thing for us, we do find a campsite, so we are able to rest, get some healing back, reduce our stress level. Everybody's happy. Then a couple save points. Really doesn't matter which one we go to here. Again, we're going to get a free equipment. It's going to give us the option to go back if we want to early. I'm not going to take that. Yep, we get a gas mask. We'll just put that on somebody. All right, sorry, Cassius. You are just getting a couple more points of stress here. Another random stage. Again, keep in mind that these could be good or bad. Always click on these just to see if they give you more clues about what's going on. Let's see if we can get a dice roll for this one. Oh, exactly on 10. Nice. So this one is a interesting battle because it is just a multi-hit, so you just want to try to dish out as much as you can. We'll see if we get a good skill to use here or not, or a good quest, I should say, to complete. Doesn't look like we're going to get one, but we will continue to build up and get some extra credits for this fight. So again, this is all about multi-hitting as much as you can, and hopefully we're going to find some good ones. Oh, nice. We do have an epiphany on Devil Dice, which is definitely something we want to see. Unfortunately, Shuffle's not one that we really are excited to get. So again, this is a limited time battle, so we are just going to kind of go through and see what we have in this case. So we don't really want to use the Shuffle because we have the Ballista. We do get the Straight, which unfortunately in this hand setup doesn't give us any additional support, but it does have the Ballista, which would normally do something, but again, it is just the one damage for this fight. So here we're just going to take the triple attack action play, because again, we're just trying to get more coins as much as we can. Unfortunately, not much of a handy use here, because again, reload doesn't really do anything for us. So we're just going to try to draw a bunch of extra cards. Devil Dice is nice, getting a free draw, as we talked about earlier. Getting to cycle those is really important. And nope, looks like we are just going for, oh, that was the last hit, and a KO. So in this one, we want to go down. We're actually going to go try to visit the shop, which I think still has an elite boss, but I'll have to double check. Okay, AoE ones are not always fun to deal with, but we'll see where we land on this one. He does have an epiphany for the Shuffle, but I kind of want to play out my hand just to see what else I have before we just lose everything. So yeah, we'll use our Shuffle here because we want to always try to upgrade them when we can. Although, let's get the Joker card instead, which is really fun. I don't think we have... but actually, you know what? We can go into Joker to find our action point to play out our quest, which can be important. So we'll take an Essence of Water and extend out into our quest system, which can be pretty important. So the triple one is going to be the sustain mechanic for Cassius, which does play pretty well into what we want to be doing. So we'll get, God Blessing here. End of turn, deal 20. At the start of turn, create 1 ballista cards, reduce the cost of this card by 1. That is... yeah, that's sick. We'll definitely take the God Blessed one. Rapid fire to see if we can get something going. Nope. But we do have a triple 1 buff here. And you'll see that will give us the 135 healing, 98 or excuse me, 135 damage, 98 healing, and because we picked up that item early on with Cassius, this does have an increased chance to crit. And there you go. You saw the crit happen in real time. So at this point, we're hoping to get one of the AoE ballistas for Veronica. Unfortunately, Cassius is going to take another mental break here, limit our HP, and very quickly build up the stress on Veronica. Whew, that is a little scary. And that is an 8. Oh, that it needs to clear the condition. So that is a bit rough for this. Yeah, again, we just have to force the clear on the first one here, not try to take as much damage. And unfortunately, we don't have, and now I do have to use my healing here. We don't have Veronica's ego skill lined up, so we can't rely on getting that to give us some extra damage here. So we're gonna hope the double ballista can take out one more of these. So what's really interesting about Cassius is even though he's in his break state, you can still complete the quest. So getting the extra draw here would actually be super helpful if we were able to draw into it. But unfortunately, it looks like we are going to be a bit limited. Just taking some extra heal here while we can. Trying to reduce our stress levels. And a double ballista should at least kill the other one and getting us down to just one of these playing a role in attacking us. Okay, well, I was a little bit worried about seeing all the bleed cards, but we did get a triple ballista turn, so that's nice. And again, the ballistas are going to go off before the bleed effect, so we are just going to be able to get the clear here. Oh, looks like the bleed still hit us at the very end of the week. As there's another boss, that's not what we want to see. This boss a lot of people mess up is that you don't want to use the same unit's cards, and that does count for the curses, so you do have to be very mindful on how you're stringing this together, or you're going to be in for a world of hurt. So that's where you see me bouncing back and forth between the effects there, and because we are capped out on ego, I am just going to go ahead and use a little bit of a heal here and get ourselves some damage reduction. Now again, Veronica does have a type advantage here, and we do have quite a few strong effects for her, so I do feel like we can win through this. So I gotta be very careful on how I'm playing my cards. Then we can go Essence, and then we have to go Rapid Fire. Then we have to go Trance. Wave 2, Save 1 does give us a action point for the next turn, so we are going to use this. Try to save up. Okay, perfect. We're getting our trance reset here, so we do want to, again, be mindful of how we're playing out our cards. These do count, so we're going to cycle through. Cassius is going to come back online now. And again, we have his reduction, which doesn't help us a lot. I mean, it does create quest cards, which is really important. So, and there's the one that we've been playing for too long. So we can go quest card. Or no, because we just played this thing. So we have to play the rapid fire next anyways, and we can only play one of his 2 quest cards. So I think we're just going to let this cycle. Well, there's a extra damage to attack. We love to see it. So double ballista here is really nice. We did finally get our quest effect, so we'll see what that gives us for Full House is a really good one. So we're going to be able to go down the line here and get some extra draw. We don't have the extra action points to play out everything that we want to here. So I think we are just going to end it on the heal note and maybe use our other heal here as well. Maybe set up the Full House for the following turn. Nice, we got an extra ballista there, so we'll get ourselves a action point. We'll use Veronica's ability. We get free damage, which is going to give us the full house, which lets us draw cards. But we have to, again, keep weaving our skills here. We definitely want to take a draw 2 where we can. Unfortunately, that is a lot of Veronica stuff that we have to be, again, very careful of how we're stringing this together. Now, again, we just hit enough action, so unfortunately the boss is going to get to take his turn here, but we have 4 different ballista cards in our hand that is going to hopefully clean things up for us. And we could also try to get another enhance here, but I think we are just going to let all these effects come together and hopefully have a big payoff. No, 70 left, not enough yet, but we are going to draw into some more effects and get 2 more of those ballistas. But of course, a single attack here will knock it out from Cassius. A interesting one that gives us the reduction, which is going to be really important. So this is one that we will keep on Veronica because she's going to be our normal clearing character. So we're going to go take the bottom track here because we do want to remove that card from our deck. So we're going to go into the shop, remove a card, and we are going to finally remove the anemia. We don't have a lot of debuff, so that one's not doing as much for us. So we are just going to probably try to reset it here, try to find another attack card for Veronica, and hopefully get a good legendary. We don't have the vulnerable, unfortunately. Reinforced combat suit can be pretty good, but that would take up all of our resources. Again, it is a really solid one. I'm really trying to find a weapon that would buff up our turns. Unfortunately, we don't see anything. We could get the counterattack. That doesn't really help much. We are missing an equipment for Cassius, but again, he has the debuff effect, which wouldn't be all that great either. So unfortunately, it looks like we're just going to be saving here. We did get the card removal, which is really important, but we get a heal. We get a little bit of our stress level reduced, and we can march on. Again, make sure that you know your enemies. These guys can get powered up quite quickly and are really insane once they get going. We have another Pendant of Resolution, so we are all about these ballista cards. I think I just want to rapid fire here just in case we get another ballista. That's more of want to focus on the damage side of things. We know there's like a boss coming up, so I don't really want to use any of my skills. So we're going to try to get through this fight without having to use any of our ego points if possible, or at worst use the support card that we have. Okay, so thankfully it's the first one for her, so that is going to be just a 5 clear, which is not too bad. Unfortunately, we are a bit limited in what we have access to. We are healing, so like this doesn't do anything for us in particular. So I'm actually going to take the shuffle here just to try to find more of the breakdown effects to cycle back through our characters quickly. Unfortunately, here we're going to get hit by the tax effect. We really didn't want to request, so I think we just have to... I guess we see what we draw into first, right? So draw a double dice, see what we get into, and then probably just playing the... Yeah. Just play our quest and taking a lot of damage, potentially. Okay, well, I think this is where we have to use our ultimate, try to mitigate a little bit where we can. Definitely a lot less damage that we're taking. We can do some build-up. We got a draw 2, and are we going to draw into... Okay, Joker. So we get our action point back, but what is Joker giving us? Well, I guess we know what we're getting on the following turn, but we just get a attack here in this case. Well, there is going to be the full recycle, making sure we're getting all of this, which is, this is one we're okay to use because she does have an AoE effect. We'll wait for that ability to resolve. Get max a reload, go through our ultimate, and unfortunately it does look like we're taking quite a bit of damage here because we're not able to clear them out since we lost that turn, but we will do some healing. reduce our stress a little bit, and unfortunately just have to pass with 3 up in this case. Unfortunately, those high cost effects is still punishing us, but we are able to have 6 action points now, so quite a bit we can do, and getting more of our draw effects. So we can basically burn through our entire turn. Unfortunately, this guy is still going to increase some fatigue effects. So this is looking a little bit rough for us, all things considered. So try to line up. Okay, I was hoping for a rapid fire just so we can make sure that we get a weak attack, but we'll see what cards get hit. Those don't matter. So actually, that's a very interesting how that plays out. So that is good to know. And again, we're continuously cycling through these full house effects that are going to allow us to see even more cards. We're going to be able to now go into another full house, into a joker, which allows us to pick any card that we want from our... Oh, I guess we're going to be one short. I lied. Almost any card that we want. So we don't have any other draw effects, unfortunately. So we are a bit limited in that regard. So the wave is going to give us an extra action point. Again, at this point, we are just taking a lot of damage no matter what we do. So we are just going to try to get some extra healing here. Since now the enemies have all burned their resources, it looks like our wild card is our last one for some damage, which isn't all that exciting. I'd rather just heal up here for a big amount if we can. And then we still have the 2 ballistas that will trigger at end of turn. And now with the full refresh, we do have the Joker, which can get us any effect that we want. Honestly, just getting more ballista effects would be really nice to KO one of these so we don't take an extra piece of damage. So we will take a ballista here. Or sorry, rapid fire to hopefully get a ballista. I think we are. Yep, we're a little short on that one. Which is going to give us another full house to loop some effects. And unfortunately, not really seeing what we're hoping for. But it is going to put us down to just the 1 unit left. So we're going to, again, just try to heal up. This one does heal more. And let those ballistas do some damage. And unfortunately, Cassius is just getting hit the most. But again, at this point, now we do have the full house available. So this is going to be a great showcase of ways that we can hopefully cycle through where needed. Yeah, it looks like it didn't give us the quest that time, even though it did on the first run. So I wonder if that is a bug or if that is intended. Heal up to get a little damage reduction here where possible. And the shelling ballista being the big one here is really nice double attack. So again, trying to just go through, see how many trances we can get rid of. And the double ballista here should easily clear it. Next, we're going to go into a random event before the elite boss. Hopefully try to get something good for us. Because we are looking pretty stressed out over here. We have an epiphany. I am just going to take the free legendary gear, hopefully. Upon defeating an enemy, you know what? You're kind of already in a break state at this point. So, yeah. I don't think you can get worse if you're fighting in that state. So, free upgrade in that regard. And getting some extra shield in like fights can be really important. I might actually die on this fight if we get really low rolls with Cassius. So nothing too exciting here with our opening hand. We only have the 1 attack effectively. We're just going to get a bunch of acid sprays at us. We do want to still get a little bit of healing where we can, and we're going to really hope that these ballistas can go the distance for us. Okay, well, seeing that many rapid fires will do important damage on this turn. Deluge is a great card for getting the wave generation going. So double rapid fire, getting some weak damage in. Unfortunately, not creating a card, but we do have the ego skill, which is going to get us some nice damage. Pierce through the targets. But a lot of work to go for this stage. Well, we got to draw a lot of cards here, which is nice for getting Cassius back, but unfortunately, we are still a little bit limited. Now, this is nice because we are going to get his ego skill, which is going to allow us to take less damage, and then also... Oh, I guess no, we were exactly 1 point short. Usually the reduction's enough to let you use it, but looks like we are coming up a little short in our combat loops. Okay, Pendant of Resolution is a really big pickup for us here. Just making sure that we're still able to create some ballistas, deal some big damage. And for our last couple attacks here, we're just going to use Cassius for some big damage spread because ballistas, again, are kind of RNG and what they're able to target. So we'll get our Epic Seal here, Brian to line up well into the effect. Lots of shock, so I am going to try to use his ability now that, again, we're losing all this before we go into the big boss fight at the very end, but I can't go into the boss fight with no health, so Brian to mitigate that where we can. So his ultimate being very nice here and hopefully lining up for some extra card. Unfortunately, drawing a shock does feel pretty bad. We'll see if our Veronica can draw us into something good. We have a shuffle, which... Sure, I guess. We'll make a quest, and then we're going to shuffle up in and see what we can get. We can get rid of the shocks. We'll draw into the ballistas later. And again, this will just let us cycle through a lot. Unfortunately, that is a lot more shocks. All right, so that is our... Unfortunately, not able to find anything. Of course, we gave up the turn for the ballista. All those shocks should get removed because instead of getting discarded, they go ethereal, but it looks like they did enter the graveyard in this case. To get in position, just trying to figure out where we can get some healing. So we're going to use some of our bigger heals here this turn and just try to rely on the ballistas to go the distance for us. I don't know if we have a card worth drawing here, but technical analysis can give us an action point for the next turn. So I guess we will just go ahead and kind of cycle through here. Because we should still have the wave generations. And KOing the enemy should give us a shield, which it did, which is very nice. Yep, so there's the wave going up to 5, which is really nice, giving us some more action points to play with. We do need to actually see some extra skills, but unfortunately it looks like we're just going to rely on the ballistas here again. So there's the KO, and then 2 more ballistas going to the last enemy. Again, every little bit of shield here matters, so we'd love to see it. So big heal, 136. Very nice to play that early. It's the essence of water into the other mana field is going to give us even more healing. And then we're just going to close things off with the ballistas and playing their cards don't matter. It'll be enough damage. So a nice run that we were able to heal up quite a bit because Miwa is just absolutely insane. And oh nice, we get a Dark Grip. This one is really good. Very big monster pickup there, which was definitely welcome. Fortitude versus damage reduction. We'll just keep the straight damage reduction in this case because it's what I think they're both 15 defense in this case. So hoping to get a little bit better equipment there, but we have the gold, and now we have one more campsite before we finish the first path of this, what we assume to be 2 floors. So again, really trying to find a weapon for Veronica in this case. I don't think we had anything else that we want to remove. It's always nice to do a little bit of deck thinning. Like we could just get rid of one of the basic cards, but unfortunately, we don't have a lot of gold, so we want to make sure that we're getting a weapon, increasing our attack a little bit more. So it'll just be a quick shuffle. You know what? Sure. Not ideal, but it does give us extra damage. It's more attack, and you are hitting a actually refreshing here doesn't do anything. We're getting more dots, and it'll work out kind of how we want. So we definitely want to make sure we use the rest here before we accidentally leave. Reduce our stress levels, go back up to full health, and Abyss difficulty 3, first elite boss, level 30 and difficulty 3. We will see how this goes. So again, playing out our normal upgrades here. Unfortunately, Cassius has a Epiphany on his wild card, which I'm not sure if that's ever worth using in this context, but we really just want to focus on getting a bit of shield here and drawing some of the other cards, which should be free because we have the reduction. Yep, and oh, looks like we have 2 different Epiphanies. So okay, I'll use a extender here. Oh, you don't actually, no. We need to grab the pendant, right? Because that's going to give us the extra damage every turn. So let's be smart about this. Let's get our extra ballistas and getting double damage every single turn. And again, another great reason why Veronica, or Cassius is so great for Veronica in finding those extra resources when we want them. We're at full health, so the blessing doesn't do anything for us, so we're going to draw into maybe an extender. Nope, just a shield, so let's do another rapid fire, hopefully get another ballista card, and we do. And yeah, man, Veronica is going. And again, this should be giving us the stacks of agony as well. So 34 damage, is not a lot, just under 1% here, but hey, every amount counts. What we're working with. So we're going to take our upgrade here. We might as well heal the full while we can. Because the rest of this hand is not really doing a lot. So we'll take our extra damage. We don't want to use shuffle. And we'll just line up the ballistas to do some damage. So unfortunately, Veronica does go down here, so we have to get through 7 cards, and that is going to be really difficult without having the right uncap for Cassius to support it. So we're going to have to go through and hope for the best. We could get a little bit left healing just for the action point, but we'll just take the wave 1 in this regard. So we have a lot of wave, a lot of saving, and not a lot to do. So I am going to use... We are going to use the Death Trick here because we want to try to draw more cards while we have all this AP. And it should give us the draw 2 into... no, unfortunately, we don't hit the draw 2 into more effects. So it's just going to be a double 0 spent here, and... Unfortunately, that's it. Now, the good thing about Blessing is that it does have the retain, so it's going to stay in our hand, but we'll have to see what we can get from here. Really wish I had the extra draw effect, so we're going to Joker just to see what our best option is. Can't remember how many cards we have left in hand. Only 2, so that's not really doing too much for us, unfortunately. we have the wild card as kind of our best option. So we'll get the wild card. It did save the Epiphany, which I guess that's good to know. I haven't seen that come up yet. Cool. We did get Dice Trick, so we are able to get our free Cassius nuke here as well. So again, don't sleep on Cassius. He can do a surprising amount of damage. So now here's what I was talking about for the sake of it. So we are going to use the shuffle. We probably could use Water Barrier here to get the card, but we'll use Water Barrier. It's only one less card, but shuffle, we can clear this hand out and hopefully get Veronica back quicker. So again, the Whirlpool can just go into our deck. We don't really want it. So this is going to cycle through. There is the Fear, which is really nice. It's going to bring Veronica back to the field for us and going to bring her effect online. So we will go ahead and just use this for the maximum reload effect. Thankfully, we have another draw here, see if it gives us anything. And unfortunately, no. So we have the 2 AP to spend, but we're going to complete the quest and not get anything for it. So we're just going to joke it here for literally anything else. And Rapid Fire is a key pick for us. I'm just trying to get more damage, trying to get more ballistas going. Yeah, definitely forgot that this was the heal one as well, so that is going to be a little bit rough for us. We really got to try to get our burst damage going. Although Dice Throw is definitely going to be a nice way to do that with just free damage for us. Unfortunately, Whirlpool does not have its gain ability here, so we are just looking at more attacks and relying very heavily on these ballistas to clear through. So, unfortunately, no draw here for us to rely on, but we can just heal ourselves back up as much as possible, try to do the best defensive turn that we can. Cassie's unfortunately about to find another break state. Did not generate, unfortunately, a card off either of those. Shelly Ballista's just getting us extra stacks. Really wish we could apply more than just the 2, but again, every little bit of damage is definitely appreciated. So, Cassius, I mean, is going to take 1,000,000 cards, right? Yeah, that's not great for us. Wall Star Draw Engine ability. I have not seen Dark Grip have a effect to it. That's interesting. Fly Mark, Resolve, or increase action count by 2. We'll definitely take the Mark here because I'm assuming it triggers on the second one. Oh, no, but Mark will give our ballistas their effect, so that's really cool. Or I guess just the water attack in this case will get some extra damage, which is fine all the same. So again, this is definitely why it's important to have cards like Cassius that can cycle through. We have the Repose, which can give us some extra card draw, see more copies of it, but unfortunately, it looks like we are just going to be getting the various heal effects that we were previously expecting. We're going to get hit by the enemy here anyway, so we're just going to put up what shield we can. And this should clear things out, so before I end this fight, I want to heal up as much as possible, and then this will clear it at end of turn with the double ballista. And there is Veronica killing the first floor boss, and for at least what we know, this sounds like it's going to go into a second one, so we do not want to actively copy any. I guess Essence of Water is fine to copy in this regard because, again, free heal, free action point wave, all the good stuff. Hopefully a good equipment. Yes, Eye of the Eyeless is insane. That is a awesome pickup for us. Then Chaos Loot, we don't have any more of those to get. So that's just a weekly thing that you would clear. And now we are going to see the transition. Okay, cool. So you get more effects right off the bat. I do not know what my current credits are. All right, well, we'll increase our credits even more. 309, sure. And so now we have this second floor for save data. And for the sake of time, I am going to just try to go through this as fast as possible. So we are going to go on the bottom, skipping the elites and all that stuff to see how far we can get. And unfortunately, Cassius is still in his broken state. Use our important upgrade cards right off the bat. Get our wave going. Minus 50% damage taken. Oh, so this is another multi-hit situation. So I should have pulled that together a little bit differently. But the agony, oh no, it doesn't seem like agony counts for it. We do have the extra ballistas coming out of line. We have healing that doesn't do anything for us. We're cat tough on our... let's do a draw one here. Do we have any other enhances that we can really rely on? So, okay, sure. We do have the ultimate. And then again, we have the save. We have all the other stuff. So, not much else to do. More of Cassius's cards coming out. We are just playing heal up here. Going back to full and then letting your end of turn ballistas carry us, hopefully. Well, this is definitely not what you want to see. Thankfully, we are getting Cassius back here. But just being down to the one is not a great feeling. So we'll use the full cost dice power to try to clear through a little bit. Grab a little bit of a heal and damage reduction just because we can, but every little bit counts. Cassius just loves taking the damage, it feels like. So again, at this point, kind of just looking for some damage avenues as high as possible. We're going to blow straight for healing if they're an AoE, but unfortunately, we still need some more multi-hit style of stuff to reset the expectations here for us to get through this damage reduction shield he had, which is really, really strong. We can use Essence of Water here, going into Joker, just trying to find another attack card that we can ultimately use. Devil Dice probably being the best one for us. Hopefully we draw into a 0, but gives us a good amount of damage. There we go. Getting a Fear card. One less Fear card in the deck. The cycle out is nice. So probably killing this turn, but just going to grab the rest of these Fears out. Whirlpool is going to heal us a little bit. Not an exciting amount, but nope. 26 left. So just shy of where we need to be. 15 stress is so strong for that. Try to heal up a little bit where we can. We're going to go ahead and shuffle here just to see if we can get another attack card. Would be really, really nice. Just needed any... Okay, I think this is the case where we just have to accept that we're using hopefully an attack here from Cassius to clear out this before we take even more damage. And it looks like that'll do it out because he has one more attack until he does... Oh, he's going to do Thirst 5. So I guess we have enough time to heal for this in particular. Essence of Water. Okay, nice. We do reset the Fear here. And getting the last KO. Man, that first effect is very strong. Like, Rin's multi-attack would be very good against it, but Veronica, for just being hard-hitting singles, is not ideal for that. These enemies are definitely getting stronger. You can feel the pressure that they're starting to put on. Go ahead and use our ego skill just to try to get some extended damage here. And then our hand got attacked, so that's going to be all for that turn. All right, another Epiphany. We'll see what we get. End of turn, heal 20. Start one random quest to start the punch, complete, create, struggle win. I do like the idea of just getting an extra heal when available. So 8's not going to seem like a lot, but again, we are definitely welcoming every chance we can get to increase our total amount of health. Mark is going to be a little short on this. We have to see if we can line this up to get a kill with Death Grip. Nice, there we go. So it's going to give us a little bit of splash damage here and then make our hand come together a little bit better. Yeah, unfortunately, these are now quite neutral, but still giving us a heal. Again, reducing the stress is very important. We're going to grab the upgrade. This is why I probably should have grabbed here. Full House is going to cycle some additional cards for it. Sure, we'll take a Double Dice, which is going to cycle into another card. And Rapid Fire is definitely a great one to see here. Yeah, getting the double attack with Veronica seems pretty good. I'm not sure if that increases the rapid fire to give you double. Oh, this is a end runner for sure. I am positive that we are supposed to just run here. There's no way. Yep, we are going to pray. We did not win the die roll to run. Okay. Bad news, Bears. We're going to take our double ballista upgrade and hope for all goodness the best. Actually, I don't know what his mechanic is. At the end of turn, absorb all cards in hand and create one parasite card equal to the number of absorbed after 3 turns. Switch the strongest attack action card and remove all debuffs. That's going to just ruin our ballista play then, doesn't it? Yeah, this is a straight unfortunate end of run for us. I guess we could still try to line up the fears once a turn because there's no way that we're able to get through this. We failed again. Oh, this is cool. You can get your effects back at least. So we'll get our bombardment again. Hopefully get our attack damage increase, which is really important for how this hand is shaping up. But we don't have any extra action points that we really want to play, and we don't also have action points to use the skill. So we're going to wait for this and then use our ego on the next turn. God, that is so crazy. That can just eat your entire hand. Like, yeah, your hand is full. I realize I cannot draw any extra cards. Well, this might be a case where Miwa's ability really comes in handy. Like, I'm actually surprised we're getting through this, so I think I just have to accept that at this point I'm supposed to kill it. I'm just not sure what our hand size limit is. I guess we're going to find out. So we'll use 2 sources of water to try to get some action points. And then hopefully RNG the right card back off the parasites. Yep, and there's a ballista. Well, it's going to draw us into some additional cards, so we're happy to see those. Get one of our other cards back, and I guess make sure we play out a heal or something, so we don't get stuck with all these cards in our hand. Yeah, unfortunately, our hand is just going to get bricked the way that this keeps playing out. Because again, keep in mind, most of our ballista cards are just going to be what's done. All right, well, there's 2 more of our ballista cards coming back that are again going to go away. So, yeah, unfortunately, we are just hand locking ourselves a bit. And now, unfortunately, with the parasites, we're not going to be able to get the ballista cards. So these are instead all going to be registered as fears. And we're getting hit by the drilling here. So unfortunately, it looks like we're going to be just shy of getting the damage that we need through this. We'll probably give it one more turn just to see if we can get through. The effect, but that drilling just deals so much damage. Well, unfortunately, our team is fully in the mind break state, so we have to hope that that armory piece that we got really came in handy and we can stay alive. All right, we're going to see what this event is just because I've not seen it before. All right, so this is just going to be a few turns of passing and seeing what we get. Oh, Miwa is going to come back online, which is nice. Nope, and that is the end of our run because Miwa's cards did not come back. So that is going to be a fail in level 3 of the Deep Trauma. So all of our team got wiped out. Unfortunately, Rog had some really sick gear during that set, but unfortunately, they're all going to go into the breakdown set, which again, I guess we can, this is so we can show off that if we want to save it, which we definitely do, we could go through the counseling. And there are definitely correct choices to make. I'm just kind of speeding along for the sake of the end of this. Redirection. Oh, nice. And back to 90%. And so at the end of this will be the way that you save your save. You can still try to save your save data, or again, if it wasn't an important run, you can just delete them outright. And then when we go back to this menu, you can see that we were technically at the same level, but underpowered for where we should be. And then if we go back to Veronica's profile, we should be able to see that new save data that was just corrected and saved out. So patent. I always click on the wrong one instead of the actual link. Yep, and there is our latest run with the upgrades, which are definitely really great. Again, this being kind of the real MVP, giving it double ballista creation every single turn does a lot of work. So that was a quick look at at the time of the playtest, the hardest content that we had. And yeah, it was definitely difficult with the Chaos run, trying to go into Deep Trauma rank 3 or difficulty 3, I should say. This is something that will be a fun mode to go through when you're ready for it. But what a lot of people will end up doing is, as they hit this new rank difficulty, going in at level 40 and clearing it that way and making sure you upgrade your character. So with that, that'll be all for this Chaos Zero Nightmare video. If you guys want to support the channel, make sure to subscribe and like, and hopefully have more videos out for you soon, as the release date is right around the corner. So until next time, my friends, stay safe, stay hydrated, and we will see you in the next video.